And go in here now. So we've tried to do a couple of broadcasts streaming of Minecraft, and it's been a little hit and miss with the consistency of the stream. So we're gonna keep trying here, and then we'll upload this to YouTube. So we're building this Disneyland from scratch. Alright, if it loads. Alright. So, for those of you who have not seen this, so we've been working on Main Street so far. And just to recap, for anyone who hasn't seen this on the stream, and for those who see this on YouTube, we are not exactly building exactly how it looks. Like, for example, the train station is not as wide as it is in real life. Partially because if we do everything to the correct dimensions, because of the Minecraft blocks and whatnot, it would all be too big for the character to walk around and actually experience. We wanted this to be kind of functional, so you actually go in and it's not too big for him. We'll be able to like ride mine carts and whatnot as the train around the park. And hopefully we'll be able to do rides. That's our goal, is to try and get at least some of the rides in here, some of the big ones. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. This is a better view of Main Street. We mostly have facades for most of the buildings. City Hall and the fire station are built out, but the rest of it's just facades for right now. Just to give an idea of what we're doing here. Pretty excited about the cinema. So we'll build out the insides a little more as we go along. Let me get some photos. So we're basically going from photos. If you have any suggestions for things I can do, I'm definitely willing to hear them and maybe try some things. I'm looking for the ability to do carts, like churro carts and popcorn carts and turkey leg carts. I don't want to just do red blocks with glass. I mean, I can, but I don't know if there's something creative that looks cool. I wouldn't mind doing that, because there's supposed to be like churros and popcorn in this area. And for the Disney people who are familiar with the parks and are fans, we've got the door to the train station centered with like the flagpole, and we kind of are keeping that centered. And hey, I got some. Yeah, museum, train station. Actually, it's Disneyland. Somebody's commenting here. Yeah, so this is our Main Street. Like I said, like I was saying, we've got the train station door lined up with the center, and when we get to the castle, that'll also be lined up, so you'll be able to see the So yeah, so if you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know. Okay, so we're basically going from photos and from walkthroughs of like Disneyland Connect. We use that as a reference for some of the things here. So got a doorway here, and we need to throw in more windows. Give myself a reference here. Thanks, I appreciate that. We spent a lot of time on it. We initially were going to just build this all out here on the 360, and then we knew it was coming to the Xbox One, which we have, and so then we got kind of hesitant with what to do. We weren't sure if it was going to port over, so we waited for a while. Then we found out it is going to port over, so we've kind of slowly been getting back into it. We haven't worked on it too much in a while, so pretty excited about it. So if you just bear with me as I kind of go back and forth looking at what blocks I need. I think that's the right block. Red. Right. We're still a little new with the Twitch broadcasting too, so bear with us if we have some lulls or whatever. Feel free to chat, because sometimes we're like, we don't know what to talk about. And so it's nice when people ask us questions or kind of engage with us. Panes here. If you have any shortcuts or anything that you think works well for Minecraft, I'm not a Minecraft expert, so people have suggestions. Sometimes, if I'm doing a lot of blocks, like when we did the street, or we do a lot of the sidewalk or whatever, I'll use a potion for speed and speed it up. But for the most part, I just kind of pretty chill about it. What's that going on? It's right there. Just about to the end of this particular building, which makes me a happy camper. Just there. Is there anything that you think is I can't miss regarding Disneyland? Like I mentioned before that we're going to try and get as much. If we can get some of the rides in, that'd be great. We'll try and get as much of the atmosphere and do it as best we can. If there's something in particular that you like, that you think we should get, I would love to hear it. That maybe. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Just trying to find the right blocks for the next building. Next. I'm not quite sure what that is. It's basically another toy store or whatever, but it's kind of hard to tell what it is through some of the pictures. I need some darker brown. What do we want to do here? Don't really want to use brown wool, I don't think. Let's see. Maybe I'll use spruce wood to see what that looks like. Yeah, that'll work. I tend to sleep instead of using like the night vision potions. I just like it during the day, so I tend to sleep when it starts to hit nighttime. Alrighty. Oop. It's that turn. Here. So, I'm So Superior fan, are you still with us? But I might, for the sake of this, just make them flat, I don't know.
Yeah, you just flat.
I'm going to do a rare no glass above the door for this. Pretty much for every door we have glass above it. I think for this one I'm going to leave it brown. Should this be 3? Should be 3. Okay. With sandstone slab. For this one, not too bad. Throw some green wool behind it because there's a little bit of a green stripe. There's like actually is what it is, but it's alright. We're gonna throw that behind this. Actually, directly above the door. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, and then it's light blue. So I think we'll use blue wool. It's the green. do these 2 wide. They really should only be 1 wide. Oh yeah, someone's off there. Yeah, let's see what this looks like. What's wrong with this picture here? It's because I did this, so it should be here. I should have 1 more blue. I did this little bay window thing. What to do?
Yeah, it looks good with 2 windows. 2.
You think so? Even though it's only supposed to be skinny?
Yeah, I think it's 2.
Alright. See people recreate Disneyland. Thanks. We're trying. It's definitely our version of it. You know, again, I mentioned this before. We're trying to make it where it's kind of functional for whoever's running around in here. So, you know, for example, the train station not being as wide as it really is in real life, but we didn't want it to be too tall or too big. We wanted it to feel like, you know, you actually can go through here and get on a cart and ride around the park. That's sort of the plan. You get kind of a feel for doing here. So it's kind of coming along. Main Street's starting to look pretty good. And hopefully we get some of those rides in. And you know, again, we love hearing other people, you know, suggest things. So if you have suggestions, or you've seen somebody else do something that you think works really well, it's something we'd like to consider. So, alrighty here. That's it, kind of for that top there. So now what I need to do is throw this. I'm going to throw, maybe there's some metal at the top, metal work at the top. So I'm probably going to do that behind these slabs here. Let's just see what it looks like. I always forget where things are. I'm really super Minecraft heavy, but I might have to go 2. I think it's going to be 2 up. And we'll see how that ends up. I might end up taking that away. The little fence thing up there.
Yeah.
I'm not in love with how it's looking right
Yeah, I think once you get this metal section in, I think it'll look good.
Oh, actually, it shouldn't be. Oh, yeah, we can try. See what it looks like with 2. That look bad.
No.
The too high. Okay. Trying to place this little bay window thing on with the other windows. Just can't keep them even.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. Ooh,
Yeah,
I'm
down
sorry.
here I worry a little bit that the bottom is too much. But that's alright.
No, I think that's fine.
We can keep it that way for now. And let's do it. the slabs off. All right. Alright, what's next? Guess I should kind of take a look to see what this is. There. Just trying to get an eye for what's going to be directly across from the Main Street Cinema. Make sure that I have things kind of spaced appropriately. Nope, I just got rid of that. See the top. Oops. That looks like here. Yeah, that looks alright.
Composite here.
Yeah,
She's gonna turn around.
give me 1 second here. No, you don't see it.
Well, you saw more of it than you saw before.
Yeah. I may finish the top of that at some other point. In the meantime, just work on the arcade. So this is going to be an interesting challenge here. I think it'll be actually tempted to see what it looks like a diamond.
Yeah.
Well, it's the right color, you know?
Yeah.
This might work out. I'd like it if this was maybe here. Question is that this doesn't look big enough right here for an entrance for the arcade. I feel like it's a much bigger entrance than this. The arcade, you know, it's a pretty... Sorry, I'm consulting my...
Well, this isn't the penny arcade, this is the crystal arcade.
This is where the ice cream is. Oh, okay. So then that's probably
It's
okay.
probably accurate.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Anybody have like a favorite ride? Disneyland they love? Whoops! Bricks. Don't mind me. A lot of red awnings on Main Street. think I'm gonna just leave this open. A little torn on this awning though. I feel like it maybe needs to be lower. Looks like. Yeah, I think that might be. There we go. I love all the rides, but Space Mountain's pretty good. That is a solid pick. A friend of mine just went on Space Mountain for the first time. I'm a Jungle Cruise guy. I like puns, punny jokes. So, and I like hippos. So if you couldn't tell from the screen name, that kind of trumps the other rides for me. But I do like a good roller coaster. I like Space Mountain. I like California Screamin' over in California Adventure. Boy, there's a weird arch going on above this. I don't know how to do that. That's gonna be something. So how many spaces is this? 4. Of course I didn't even number. That's dumb. Yeah, let's get wool going. Maybe we'll just that. Let's try a little red. But we'll see. Hi, look at the Twiggy. Thanks for joining us. So look at the Twiggy. Do you have a favorite? Oh, I'm not loving this yet. Do you have a favorite Disney ride or attraction? I suppose I should say. I'm gonna see what this looks like with one more thing of cyan around it. Wow, that's actually doesn't terribly look like it, but it's close. I always love going on things at night. Yeah, and there's something just kind of cool about the limited lighting at night as well. It's a little more peaceful and. This looks like now. It's getting out of control here. Okay, I think we've gone too far. We've gone too far, guys.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think the wife is asking me, really? You don't think that's too far?
No. What do you...
By doing Captain America?
What would you do differently?
By doing Captain America. Roommate says, by doing Captain America? It does look like Captain America. I'm sorry, Diz, what did you say?
What would you do differently?
It just seems too big right
I
now.
mean, it's pretty big.
Yeah. Well, let's add some diamond in and just kind of see... Oops, wrong thing. That is not diamond. Just kind of see what the building looks like. Alright, I'm gonna sleep and then come back and look at it.
Okay.
So my wife's favorite ride is Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Her and everyone else's favorite ride is Peter Pan. Alright. What are we thinking of this, Des? I mean, something called the Crystal Arcade. It actually looks kind of cool.
Yeah. Does it have a slanted roof?
It does have a slanted roof, yeah. And that's going to be the next part to figure out.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I was thinking that arch was maybe getting a little too big.
Yeah, I think once you start doing that, you might be right.
Technically, the slant roof doesn't start till about this part of, like this high on this building.
Yeah, that's just
So
true.
technically, I could start the slanted roof right about here.
That'd be okay. You also could start the slant down a little bit lower.
Yeah. I also
1 or 2 blocks.
contemplated bringing this whole thing out, or like elements of this out,
Yeah.
like certain layers. Maybe
like the white, maybe.
maybe the white, yeah, maybe the white and the red come out, but the blue stays back.
Yeah.
I don't know why we try that. Let's see. I love Peter Pan. Yeah, Peter Pan's a good one. I actually, I'm a big fan of Snow White's Scary Adventure in Fantasyland because
Yeah,
that's
good.
kind of interesting. It's a little weird. I don't know, Miss Nerdette. What do you think about this? I'm sorry, Miss Disnerdette. Didn't mean to mispronounce your screen name. With these elements, some of the elements popped out and some of them flush. What do you think of that? I'm gonna leave it like this until I see if you answer that. Figure out this roof. How do we do this? Might have to think on this roof and move on to the next piece in the meantime. Because, I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about the spacing on the buildings across the street from each other and stuff. Stand by, everyone. I'm just checking my next building. What I need to do. Can't get it to pause. Doesn't look bad. A little awkward, but it works. Would you think it should be? Would you like more if it was just flush with the wall, like we had it the first time? Because I kind of feel like it looks a little awkward as well. It's an interesting idea. I'm just not sure I want to go with it. I'll kind of start the next thing while.
You might have to back it up a little to the top of the building again.
Alright. What? Let's see here. This is a little confusing. This next building. This looks like it's set back. Right? This looks set back, right?
Yeah, this section.
So actually I
And
need to...
on both sides.
Alright. Let's check how I did these windows over here. Yeah, I did blocks, okay. Look at it again. Maybe I'll make a decision then. We'll see what we end up keeping. Whoop, wrong thing. Little strangeness going on right here. I actually kind of wonder if it's maybe just a bunch of windows for a storefront, because I would say it's maybe seating for the ice cream parlor or something, or it could be. I think it's the jewelry store. Okay. So let's, in case we decide to do 2 doors there, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, use this. Go back. It's going to be interesting. block and survival. Sorry, I'm not exactly sure where you're at. I'm not really very Minecraft, to be honest with you. So maybe I'm just not understanding the question. If somebody else in the chat knows what you mean, that might be helpful if you can help us out. Just in creative mode, so that's how I'm rocking this. Don't really know much about survival mode. I pretty much only just come on here to just do, sort of fun projects that I don't know, that pop into my head. I have another world that we've been working on where our plan is we're into board games, so we're planning on doing a board game world. We've built the house from Clue, pretty close to the how it is in the actual game, and Monopoly is probably next. Oh, thank you. Here we go again, sunset again. Oh, why is this door open? Oh, so, earned a follower, yay. Love it when people follow. Like I've said this before, we're pretty new to Minecraft, or not, sorry, Minecraft, but Twitch. And, so getting followers is much appreciated. So for the true Disney fans that might be watching in the firehouse, of course there's light in the window, and another small touch that we did is the park bench in the opera house. We still have to build all this stuff out in here, but this will just give you an idea of what we're trying to do. Oops, definitely flowers. Yeah, Panda Hats and Candy. Panda Hats and Candy. I love that name. That's a great name. Yeah, Disney. So for the few new people who are just now starting to watch, we're just kind of still getting started in this. Once it changes over to the Xbox One, once it's available on Xbox One, our world will be a little bit bigger, and we'll probably really get going on it. But yeah, this is kind of give you a decent view of what we got going on here. Yeah, because Walt is always there. Absolutely. Yeah, we try to... Whoop! Wrong thing. Try to do as many of the little touches as we can, or at least we will try. And I'll follow anyone back that follows me, just by the way. I mean, I don't know how important it is for other people, but I get quite happy when we get a follower. We didn't get the fire pole in yet. Oh yeah, we did. We did do the fire pole. I couldn't remember if we did it. So we did the fire pole. I have never gotten to do a tour in the apartment here yet, so I don't really know what it looks like on the inside. I suppose I could look at photos, but I do know that they blocked off the fire pole area because I guess somebody, when Walt was still there, climbed up the fire pole and surprised him, so they blocked it off. So we do have that as a little touch as well. But yeah, we just have a bed in there and then a little glowstone to keep the lamp going. And again, for those who just joined us, we've lined up the door of the train station will be lined up directly with the door of the entrance to the castle, so that should stay fairly accurate as well. Hopefully. So I'm going to see what this looks like with iron here. You know, like the references and the little touches. You know, those are. It was more important. It's more important to us to get the feel of the park correct. We're not as concerned with, you know, everything being exactly the right size or the right color. You know, the important thing is for us to have the feel. That's not going to work very well. Let's see. Just trying to space out how I'm going to do the windows and stuff up here. I'll figure that out later, I guess. Okay, if you follow me, you want me to promise not to follow you. I can not follow you if that's what you you don't want to follow her. That's fine. I respect whatever people want. But I really like your screen name. I kind of want to follow you just because your screen name, Panda Hats and Candy. What made you come up with that? Because that's really I don't know why I'm so intrigued by it. Interesting. It is time for this right here was a misplaced and kind of dumbly optimistic idea of where I thought Main Street would end. Not even close. I've been doing quartz, not iron. Called iron. A little similar. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. probably will come back to this again tomorrow. If anybody's interested in watching more tomorrow afternoon or something. Just kill that for now. Let's go ahead and do more street. This is probably like the most boring part of it. I'm just like doing massive amounts of blocks at a time. I apologize if you're just bored out of your mind. But let's, let's chat. Since we're doing a Disney thing, let's chat a little more Disney. What is your favorite Disney movie? What was that, Chops?
It starts off like most seasons. Tired, so it took me a little while to...
Also, just holes in the ground. Okay. Feel a little better now that I've got more of the street going on here. I'll worry about the tracks in a little bit. Let's see, Miss Disnerdette. Pick a favorite Disney movie. Yeah, Peter Pan's a good one. Little Mermaid. Yeah, they're all pretty good. My favorite is Robin Hood with the foxes. Grew up watching that. And it's kind of a boy thing, sword fights and bows and arrows. So I'm gonna try and get a few buildings started. Maybe not completely get them all done, but I think I'm gonna go. I haven't used birch in a while. There's a lot of birch in the beginning. I haven't in a while on Main Street, so let's see how that goes. Do we like that? Doesn't really fit with the rest of what's going on right now. You haven't seen Robin Hood in a while? You should watch it again. I think I saw that Netflix streamed it. Using a lot of the sandstone a little too much for my taste, but you have some of these buildings that have are really simple, like almost like tan or khaki or just kind of light. Not yellow is not quite right, but that kind of color, it looks a little like sandstone, so it's hard not to use it, So I think I'm going back to that. Okay. interesting. Sometimes the blocks are, you have like a strip of white, you know, kind of like this here, and it's on this height on this building, and it's this height on this building, so it's kind of interesting. Alright, let's see. Entrance here. And you know, this white actually sticks out, so here's what I'm going to do. And it's not that thick. Put that down. I'm going to figure out a place to put a slab. I kind of think maybe like that, because it does stick out. That means I could, there's a green sign. A lot of dark green signs. It basically goes from the window all the way. It's going to go all the way across. It's going to go further than that. This color goes back here. Like that. Actually, goes around the corner. It's a start. This is actually brick. Okay, you danced in 2 Disneyland parades with your dance studio. That's pretty cool. Like the, you know, like the daily parades they do, or like special parades, like Thanksgiving parade or something. What kind of parade do you mean? There's gonna be a really interesting window here on the corner a little bit. I'm not even at that point yet. Mrs. Bozo Bop. How are you? That's not what I, that's okay. show you what I've done. Yeah, give me just 1 minute here. Alright. I could speed this along here. Christmas parades that they do. Oh, that's really cool. I don't think I could be in a parade because I'd probably trip and fall down. Oh, here's a couple things I haven't shown you guys yet. So down here, style. Little souvenir stands here. And of course, the plaque. I don't live, well, I mean, I live in California. I live 45 minutes away from Disneyland. And then, you know, we did the best we could with the posters that Minecraft gives you. King Graham from King's Quest looks kind of like Pinocchio, so we used him. Still working on this area here. So again, we're trying to build things so where they'll fit for the Minecraft character for Steve. But yeah, I even tried to, like, you know, get the bookcase that's right by the door. Make sure that was there. You were at Disneyland 2 weeks ago. I love Disneyland. One other little thing here. So, you know, we can't fit the whole plaque, but, you know, we got a line in there. And let's see what else. You know, there's cannons here, but we don't have the ability to really do cannons. I didn't want to do the kind of fakey cannons that people build. They're too big. So I just put dispensers, because that's kind of like a cannon to me. I feel like I'm making this building too big right now, but I think what happens is it goes back here and there's a door. You know, some of these have, you know, doors on angles, and we just had to make decisions because we can't, you know, like the Emporium, the doors are here. So we just had to make a decision about where we were going to put them, so we chose to wrap them around this side, which also makes the street a little longer. But what can you do? So I think we got another situation here where the doors are kind of at an angle, and I'll probably put them on this side here. Sometimes they have these little windowsills, and I just kind of ignore them for the most part, but I'm starting to get ideas of how I can maybe do them. I'll have little awnings sometimes. Still thinking on this. I should have more viewers. I appreciate that. That's really nice to say. Very flattering. Since I'm not very, I'm still kind of new to Twitch. That's really nice to hear. I appreciate that. Hopefully, feel free to follow, and that way you'll get notifications when we're doing stuff. We do a couple different things on Twitch. We're trying to at least. We have what we call the cheat, where my wife and I, she gets the iPad out and looks up where collectibles and things are in certain games, and then I play through the game, and she says, "Oh, there's Earlier we were doing Tomb Raider, so she's like, "Oh, there's a GPS cache, or there's a relic, or whatever," and then we can cheat our way through that aspect of the game. So we're doing that with Tomb Raider and Valiant Hearts right now, and we're playing a little bit of this. We're hoping to start playing Lego Marvel at some point. We've been tweeting. I mean, I've been a member for a while because I've watched other people. I don't think I've really been doing much. Probably a couple weeks, a few weeks, just kind of there. I just figured out that I could save the Twitch broadcast and upload them to YouTube, so I just started doing that. So that way I have them saved, I guess, and I can go back and watch them anytime. So this is actually what you guys are watching right now. We tried to do one of these Minecraft ones earlier when we were building out this building here, this side, and the Main Street Cinema, and we were trying to stream it on our wireless, and that was obviously a mistake, and so it didn't really take. But so now we're hardwired in. So when the Xbox One version comes out, we'll probably do the Minecraft a lot more, and then we'll have like the picture-in-picture and that whole thing going on. But I really appreciate the comments. If you guys have any suggestions for things you think we should add to this, I'm definitely open to hearing them. Especially if you have an idea for like carts, like food carts, churro carts or whatever. I'm just going to test this out here. This is maybe not where this is going to go. Just FYI. It's a slab, and it's halfway up. So that's not going to work there. I'm going to think on that. Here I was thinking I was being super smart. Could have the awning come up like that. And then do a pole. Not. Yeah, I can't wait for next gen Minecraft as well. I don't expect a huge graphics boost or anything. I mean, blocks can only, these kind of pixelated looking blocks can only look so good. But although I've seen some really cool stuff from the PC versions where people modded them and make it look kind of photorealistic, but I don't expect that. I'm looking forward to the world being bigger. I'll show you kind of what our world looks like right now on a map, if I can remember where maps are. So this will give you an idea of kind of how we started this out. So Main Street takes up more on our map than I thought it would. While I think we can do plenty of the park on this, the Xbox One's supposed to be like, I think I read that it's like 30 or 36 times bigger than the 360 version. So having extra space will make me feel a little bit better about this. And I'm glad we're going to be able to port it over. Yeah. 36 times. I'm quite excited for that. And now I'll have, in theory, what I don't know is, so I'll point toward the edge. So we built the turnstiles, the ticket area, right at the edge. So when it ports over, I guess my question is going to be, what's going to happen? Will this be in the center of the world? If that's the case, then we're going to have to talk about what we're going to do about California Adventure. It's something we planned on doing, but if this doesn't stay at the end of the world, then we're going to have to talk about what we're going to do about that. I wouldn't mind having the space to be able to do a monorail, which would just really be a minecart. Just kind of build this way, just kind of see what it looks like. The wife plays Minecraft with me. We with this, she's an interior designer, so she's really smart about the block placement and stuff, and what colors to put where, and she's been a really big help for that. She will pick up the controller and we'll do split screen every once in a while, but she's not great at placing the blocks. She accidentally erases a lot, or tears up the blocks quite a bit, and she gets a little frustrated sometimes. So she won't always play with me, but she's usually sitting with me at least, and suggesting what we should do, and I usually take her advice because she's pretty smart about that stuff. To go off pictures or build random places. We are going off pictures. We've done a couple of different things, a couple of different methods. When we were doing this area of Main Street, we used Google Maps to kind of see the placement of things and see a bird's eye view of everything. It's not exact. It's more for this specific sized Minecraft character to be able to walk around. Obviously, look at the wonkiness of tracks, the streetcar tracks. We can't do curves, so we just kind of did the best we could. Google Maps for that. As far as the look of the buildings and sort of the shape and the size, we did a couple things. We've used pictures, and then so for the 360 we have the Disneyland Connect game. So we got I loaded the game up and I moved my character around in Disneyland Connect. It was especially helpful here in this area. This has been, let me go sleep real quick because I prefer to look at this stuff in the day. I'll continue on what I'm saying. But basically, I would walk in Disneyland Connect. I'd have my character walk to an area, and I would stop. I would turn, and I would look at it for a little while, and I would capture it on with the Elgato device, which is what we're using right now. So I would come through here in Disneyland Connect, and I would turn, and I would wait to get a really good image of it, and then I would walk my character over here, and I would look here, and then I'd walk my character over here, and I'd look here, and so on, and I just kind of walked around this whole area. Then we went back and used the playback on the computer, and would pause an image. We would pause like this, and then I would come in and I would try and build it as close to that as possible. That's really helped with some things like some of these planters. She's not with me now. Yes, my wife was with me. She so some things haven't always been here. So sometimes they add trees or add plants. or take things away. And so some photos had planters over there, some didn't. So we're trying to go off of what we think is the most accurate right now. Disneyland Connect 2. Yeah, it's a pretty neat game. I'm not like crazy about mini games, but it's, you know, for a Disney fan, it's like a must-have. If you have a 360, I think you kind of have to have Disneyland Connect. And I like hippos, so you know, being able to go on the Jungle Cruise and squirt water at the hippos is pretty fun. More poles and just kind of see see what that looks like. Whoop. Where's that? Where's this pole? Is this here? So, for those of you Disney fans, like the people who know Disneyland really well, so this will be the Carnation Cafe. It will be right here. And I'm going to hold off on building down there right now. I actually may need to call it a night soon. I don't want to. That's the thing. I don't want to go to bed. So we did. Had a hard time figuring out how to do box office for this Main Street Cinema. So we put a little carpet on top of the thing here, and then we just put a head back there. So when and actually this work well for. Actually, can you put a head inside? Let's try that. Can you just put it inside this glass block? Try. Nope, that's on it. Really cool if you could put the glass block around it. Nope. Alright, back we go. Head in here first. So, and then, you know, there's little turnstiles here, so you open a little gate and you go in. I felt pretty clever when I did that. That's the magic shop. I'm not super crazy about a few of these buildings. I don't really like the color and design of the Mad Hatter, but what can you do? Everything can't look the same all the time. This is Opera House. I don't know, this looks kind of operatic to me, I don't know. So, yeah. Anybody have any suggestions or things they want to see us do? Try to incorporate what people want to see. Trying to figure out what the door placement is going to be on this. And also, I can't wait till the rides. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing the rides in this. I have some ideas for Space Mountain. Our goal is to try and get it as close to what the ride is actually like. Although doing this and doing that for the dark will be its own challenge, I think. But I'm excited to do that. Haunted Mansion, I'm pretty excited to do. Jungle Cruise, I'm pretty excited to do. I think we've got a few plans for some of those things. We're going to try and build all of Disneyland, or the best we can. Definitely just trying to get through Main Street right now, and just use that as a way to build out from. We talked about, like, do we start at the castle, or do we start in New Orleans Square, or, where do we want to start? And it made the most sense for us to start at Disneyland, try to center it as much as we can in the Minecraft map, as we could, and we actually looked at a Disneyland map and noticed that the Main Street entrance is just a little off-center to the right, so that's why it looks where it is on the Minecraft map. And so we just kind of did our best guessing, and we figure we'll build down Main Street, we'll build the hub and the castle, and then we'll go out from there. And I'm not quite sure what's going to be next after the hub and the castle. I'm guessing the castle is going to take us a little while. It could very well end up being Tomorrowland, because I'm pretty excited to build Space Mountain. We'll see. Get out of here, Matt. Nah, I should do that. Alright, back to placement on this door. I think that's where I'm going to put it. What am I doing? I'm looking for a door, and I'm just flipping pages for no good reason. And it's open. Let's see. I don't think I have enough patience. We just quit in the middle of the building. Yeah, we actually had a really long break because I mentioned this to some other people earlier. We didn't know what the deal was going to be with the next gen, so we took a long break from it. So that's kind of helped. It's renewed my enthusiasm. Sometimes I'm really, really excited to get it to work on it, and sometimes I want to do other stuff. Sometimes I want to play other games. I mentioned one of our other worlds is a board game world, and so we've been building that clue house and working out like secret passages and learning how to use sticky pistons and things like that. And still don't quite have my head wrapped around it, but so I'll spend time doing that for a while, and then my excitement will lessen a little bit for that, and I'll want to do this again. Will it be only me building? Well, my wife will be here sometimes, and she'll probably talk. Sometimes she builds too. Sometimes she just wants to be the foreman, so to speak. Every once in a while, I'll have a friend will pop on and will help me out. But generally, it'll probably be mostly me. When I have a lot of tedious work, that's when she will definitely pick up a remote so we can speed up. Like when we did a lot of this brick and a lot of the wool for the street, we both had the remotes going. So how do we know where every door is and what every building looks like? So where's my wife now? Let me answer that one first. She's in bed. asleep. So that's why you're not hearing her. Let's give you an idea what it kind of looks like at night. I kind of like it. That's one of the things about Disneyland that's really kind of, people use the word magical a lot for Disneyland, and nighttime at Disneyland is kind of special. And so we're trying to have that kind of soft hometown look to it. So we're trying to be strategic where we place our glowstone and our torches. Torches definitely go around all the doorways. How do I know where every door is and what every building looks like? Well, I mentioned before, we used, like the Disneyland Connect. We used some photos. We've noticed a lot of things are fairly symmetrical at the park. That creates an issue with Minecraft because you can't always do things. I just can't just place windows exactly where I want them. If you were to really look at this, one side of the street and one side of this this big thing in the center it's off by like 1 or 2 blocks, and this part of the street was really difficult, and I just kind of had to fudge it. It's see how it gets real narrow here, which is kind of a mistake. But a lot of the time, the doors are across from each other. This is kind of a bad example, but there's 2 little buildings there, so that's not a good example. But I try to get this across from that, and I tried to have the building end roughly where this building ends over here. There's a little bit of fudging it happens. Sometimes they have these little tiny in-between buildings, and across the way you have like a big building, so you can't always just line them up exactly, but generally they kind of are like this, where the doors are often fairly close to being across from each other. We do, like I said, we do a little bit of fudging, and we look at pictures and we look at the video games and stuff, and just try to figure out what looks the best. And sometimes if it's not right, but it looks good to us, then we'll leave it, or we'll change it however we want. This was a weird situation where there's this weird thing that juts out of the wall. It kind of doesn't really look into anything. I think there used to be doors there, but they're not there anymore. Oh, do I have an audio compressor? Is that what's making the weird noise? I have an air conditioner on. That might be it. Let me turn... Tell me if that stops the weird noise. Oh, it gets hot. I live in California. And where's everybody else from? And also, Fluffster Game that solved the issue, the sound issue. Oh yeah, it's better. Okay, sorry about that. It's a lot of times we'll turn the air conditioner off when we have when we're streaming streaming or doing a video recording. I just wasn't thinking about it. We were in between things earlier. We just got done playing Tomb Raider, and the apartment was a little warm, so we turned that on, and I just kind of forgot about it when I started doing this. Okay, from Nevada. That's cool. We have family in Reno. Washington State, I'm guessing. Fluster Games. Sorry, I'm kind of spinning around and not really doing much because I'm looking at the chat because I'm really enjoying being able to talk to you guys. Sometimes we get on here and we either don't have any followers at the time, or people just don't want to to chat, and kind of bums me out because it's one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because I want to chat with people, like-minded individuals. Two people from Washington State. I grew up in Federal Way, Washington. I went to high school there, junior high and high school, and then lived in Seattle. I worked at Microsoft for a time, so I'm a big fan of Washington State. Sorry, again, I'm not really doing much because I'm looking at the chat. And I also don't have a photo or a video up right now of where I'm supposed to go next with this. So I might just kind of chat a little bit more and then sign off here in a few minutes. Play around, look at a few angles. So we'll be building the bathrooms back here. Federal Way now. Oh, that's great. So you guys know what I'm talking about. That's fantastic. Walkthrough. A little walkthrough. Yeah, I sort of had to move to California out of necessity for work. The green of Washington State. I miss the Mariners, the Seattle Mariners, although they're here in Anaheim right now. I miss the fact that I wasn't there, or not I miss, but I was sad that I wasn't in Seattle when the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, because I'm also a Seahawks fan. If Seattle ever gets the Sonics back, I will be watching basketball again. I haven't watched basketball since the Sonics went to Oklahoma City. You went to Olympic View Elementary. Olympic View Elementary. Off the top of my head, I don't. I'm not really familiar with elementary. I moved to Washington State, to Federal Way, when I was like 12 years old, so I was in junior high. I went to Illahee Junior High. So I don't really know the elementary schools. What are my streaming times? My streaming time, I just stream whenever when I'm on or I can. Especially if the wife is home, so weekends are good for me. Or evenings, after 6 p.m. a lot of the time. Because that's when she's home. We've eaten dinner a lot of time by then. We do have a YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is kind of lousy. The content we have on there is not very good, but you get better over time, I suppose. Our YouTube channel is called No Lag Till Brooklyn. Kind of like the Beastie Boys song, No Sleep Till Brooklyn, but it's No Lag Brooklyn. I'll try and add the link to the profile page on Twitch. Oh, Olympic View is pretty far away. No, yeah, so then I don't know. So this is the entrance to the gallery. This is where the vault was. I don't know how I feel about this. I kind of wanted it to have a little bit of a wallpaper feel to it. Yeah, I'm sorry I don't have a better gauge on when I stream. I use the couple people that I follow. I just get the emails. The email will pop up saying that they're about to go live, or that they've just gone live, or whatever. So I encourage you to use that. But maybe if more people are interested in watching me do this, run around like an idiot in Minecraft, I will. Maybe we can start setting up more regular things. The other stuff that we stream mostly on the Xbox One, and so we'll have picture-in-picture. People can then kind of see what we look like, and which is always a good time. There's that like really weird like iron thing right here. This little cage. It's not laggy. You should record every Disneyland building and make them into time lapses on your channel. I don't know how to do time lapses on my channel. I guess I could look into that. This is the first, like, this will probably be the first recording that we do. Are you saying just like take the recordings and then edit them to where it looks kind of like a time lapse? Like the progress kind of faster. That's not a terrible idea if that's what you mean. It's actually kind of a pretty cool idea. So right now I'm just streaming. I'm not actually really recording. I probably could go back and record. It does sort of like save the recording through the Elgato. Yes, just edit them. Yeah, maybe I will. That's not a terrible idea. T-Smart. Man, I really haven't even built anything in a while. We've just been talking. I like it. Let's build that out. Let's build out the center a little more. Yeah, the idea is that we'll make the rides rideable. There's going to be a little bit of yeah, we're going to have to figure some things out. You know, I want to make sure that you don't just hop on a minecart, with the exception of like Space Mountain, maybe. You don't just hop on a minecart and just zoom through something. You know, if you're going through the Haunted Mansion, I want you to be able to. I want you to be. You know, it's a slow ride, and I don't want you to. I want it to have something. You know, enough of the power rails to push you through, but not to just zoom you through it. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. I have to figure out Pirates of the Caribbean. It may just be that I just have a chest with boats, and you hop in a boat and do it kind of on your own, maneuver through it on your own. Another option for Haunted Mansion is that we just let people walk through it instead of ride a cart. It might be that the cart rides are specifically for roller coasters. So, you know, Big Thunder would be, you know, obviously ideal for a mine cart, but Space Mountain. The think about Splash Mountain. It'd probably be boats again that you drive yourself. Vince Gates look like this face. It's funny. I'm going forward, but it looks like I'm going backwards. It's crazy. There's a weird optical illusion going on there. Alright, so let's build up this little tower. So this is just to keep an eye on the center of, you know, where the train station, the middle of the train station. You're asking if I go backwards. Yeah, it was really weird. Um, cool though. Hey, it's nighttime again. Yeah, I'd like to get this whole thing built and then be able to invite people to the world and let people go on the rides and stuff. That's the intention with the board game one too. Is that we build a bunch of life-size board games. The Clue House is actually really cool. I should show you guys that sometime. It looks like just like a big mansion, I guess, and then you go in. And I tried to do the floor plan as close to the actual board, the Clue board, as possible, and then we got secret passage. We built an upstairs, so that way each character would start in their own room, and I'm going to do dispensers, and I'll put one of each of the character each character would have a wool block in the dispenser. Like in the game, you deal out the cards, and so if you have Colonel Mustard in your hand, Colonel Mustard didn't do it. So in this case, you would have a yellow wool block. Yet. You're looking at a map of Disneyland. Yeah. Yeah, we're trying. Hopefully, when you look at the map of Disneyland, it looks kind of like this. That Mickey flower thing took us a little. Took a few tries. There's our animal pen over here. So the animals kept climbing all over our stuff. It's driving me bananas. So we just blocked them all in here. Hey, get back in there, pig. Yeah, we did. We spawned as many in this thing as we could with the eggs. Then we went through and we killed more. We killed the ones that were walking around, and then spawned more eggs until it wouldn't let us spawn anymore. So I think all the animals in the map are in here. Never been in this building. In here. Don't know what's there really either. I would like a button, please. On the Disneyland map, around the square is a marching band. That's funny. You haven't been to Disneyland since you're 4 years old. Wow, it sounds like you're due. I went as a kid twice. My parents took us, and I hadn't been since as a kid. And then I got married about 8 years ago, and the one thing I said, hey, the one thing I want to do for the wedding, you can have whatever you want. The one thing I ask is let me plan the honeymoon. And I said I want to do Disneyland, and she was like, all right. She'd never really been to a theme park before. Certainly not Disneyland. Had never done like a real roller coaster. And so Disneyland's a special place for us. And we actually went back on our first anniversary, and now that we live here, it means a lot to us, the place. So, we go when we can. But if you haven't been since you were 4 years old, I am guessing a lot has changed, and you're due to go again. So you guys have just been watching me walk around for like a while now. Is that just incredibly boring? I gotta figure out lamps too. The wife wants to do them all at once. Do all the rest. So we've done some. Only thing I read. Huh. Yeah, I don't know that. What is that? Adventure Dom? Adventure Bomb? Yeah, just mix it up a little bit. Have Captain America walk around instead of just first person view. It's in Las Vegas. Okay. I haven't really had a good vacation to Las Vegas in a long time. Although I should go. I live awfully close now. Like I said, I moved to California because of work, and now I'm hours away. I probably should go. The only time I ever go now is, I'm in the airport, and it's like some sort of layover for an hour or so. Building toward the train. Are the rails going to... Okay, let me wrap around with my head what you're... I am going to build the train tunnel. That's the plan. I've got to figure that out a little bit because, the train goes over Pirates of the Caribbean. That's why one of those drops is there. And we'll do the tunnel. I'll have to figure out how to do the tunnel in conjunction with Splash Mountain and being able to see into Splash Mountain. That's going to be a trick. I'm not quite sure I understand one of your questions, though. You said, are the rails going to go... Oh, are they going to go to the Haunted Mansion? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I understand what you're saying now. I think I just had to start saying it to understand. It's late. The plan is that the train will go all the way around the park like the real train does. Yeah, there's a lot of technical things. Indiana Jones is going to be another one that's going to be a weird... It's going to take a while to figure out. Interestingly, I think Space Mountain is going to be not too difficult. There's a real track for that, and a plan, and I think we probably can get our hands on that. Just try to build as close to possible, and the ride, Space Mountain just generally is a roller coaster that goes fast for the most part, so I won't have to worry too much about spacing the power rails. Like his little shield. And everyone knows about the classic Disney beds in the middle of the road, right? Just joking. Tomorrowland, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Tomorrowland right now. I think Buzz Lightyear might be kind of fun to build. Star Tours is, I think, going to be kind of a waste. A ride that's essentially virtual reality is going to be kind of a waste of space on here. I'll design it, I'll build it, I'll try to make it look cool, but that's not going to be a functional ride for this, unfortunately. I could build a facade for Star Tours and then put a fence up around it and say that it's out of order. It's closed for repair, maybe. There's some other things like the Astro Orbiter. Not quite sure how that'll work, or the Carousel, or the Dumbo. I'm not sure I can really get those things to work. Those might be, but I'll try and build them to the best of my ability so that way it looks like they should be there. Oh boy. I think I probably should jump off. I really appreciate being able to chat with you guys. And I appreciate the support and that you took the time to like hang out with me on this. It's pretty cool. I'll probably be on again tomorrow. Like I said, I don't really know what time, but if you hit the follow button, hopefully you'll get an email that says Movie Hippo's about to go live. We'll go from there. So, thanks again. Have a great night.